Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour of my room. I don't have as many books as I'd like, which is going to sound crazy to some of you because I do have a lot of books still. And I don't know if this is how I'm going to keep them arranged. I just rearranged it and we're going to see how I like it and stuff, and if not, maybe later I can do an updated bookshelf tour. But we're just going to get this started. So I have 2 full bookshelves that I will be showing you. So this is what it looks like from the entrance of my room. I have 2 empty bookshelves there that I still want to fill. But yeah, that's what it looks like when you enter my room. And then we're just gonna get started. So we're gonna walk over here by the far wall and start on the first shelf. So this shelf is all of my YouTuber related books, or like my obsessions like Hamilton and stuff. And I wanted to try to make sure that all of the authors are with the same. I'm so bad with words, I'm sorry. So we start off with my Ed Sheeran book, Dan and Phil, both of their 2 books. Then we move on to One Direction because, yes, if you don't know, I'm obsessed with One Direction. Always will be. Don't just call me a dumb teenager. I'm obsessed with YouTubers, so I have lots of YouTuber books, and some of them even in audiobooks too that I don't have here. But we have Children's of Eden and Elite's Eden by Joey Graceffa, and then we have, of course, his autobiography there. And then we have 2 versions of Tyler Oakley's Binge because I was obsessed with both of the covers. I already had this one, and then I bought the second version when it came out. We have Adultolescence by Gabby Hanna, which is a poetry book. And if you haven't picked that up yet, even if you don't like Gabby Hanna, you need to pick it up and go watch her videos. You will not regret it. She's amazing. We have both of the books from Shane Dawson. And then we have A Work in Progress by Connor Franta. Connor Franta is one of the best YouTubers as well. Like, I love his works and stuff. I haven't watched him recently, honestly, but I would not mind getting back into him. Then we have We Should Hang Out Sometime. This is a really good book that I picked up, but if you aren't familiar with him, I don't know. It gets intense at some points when it's talking about his amputation and stuff. Then we have A Survival Guide to Bullying. This is a smaller YouTuber, I believe, and I haven't watched a lot of her videos, but I saw this on a booktube and I had to pick it up. And then I just went along and put my Demi Lovato book in with all my other fangirlish stuff because she's not a YouTuber, but she's a music artist that I like. And then we have, of course, I had to put this here, Fangirl, because this is my fangirl-ish shelf. But I also had to put both of Rainbow Rowell's books together, so that's why Eleanor Park is there. She doesn't really belong, but we're gonna ignore that fact. This one bothers me so much because it sticks out. Like, bookish pet peeves. Okay, I could make a whole video on that. But this is Self Health by Miranda Sings. And then next to it, of course, this is my musical area. I'm obsessed with all things Hamilton, and then there's Dear Evan Hansen, so I have those books there. Moving on to the second shelf. This is my kind of Disney shelf is what I call it, but there's also some other books by Anna Todd that I put here just because they give me a feel-good vibe like Disney does. So if you haven't heard about the Lunar Chronicles, okay, I'm going to be honest, I still haven't read these books yet. I haven't had time, and they've been out for so long, and some of you might be shaking your head at me that I haven't read them yet, but I'm going to get to reading them. I just haven't had time, and I only found out about them recently through BookTube. I've found a lot of these through BookTube. But this is the Lunar Chronicles. And then right next to them, because these are Disney as well, we have the Twisted Tales books. I still need one from the Lunar Chronicles, and I think there's a couple more of these ones as well that I need to get to, which is going to be tragic when I have to reorganize my shelves. And then of course I have these Villains series by Serena Valentino, books 1 through 3. I haven't bought the 4th, and I think the 5th book is out now too. I haven't bought the 4th and 5th yet, just because I want to get a second box set. That's it. The After series by Anna Todd. And I have 2 of the After Ever Happies, and that's because this one my friend got for me, and it is actually signed. She got it for me 3 years ago for my 16th birthday. But yeah, I have all of Anna Todd's books here. If you haven't read this series, you should. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm obsessed with it. I have read it. These are, I think, my most worn books out of all of them. This one I haven't even read. Well, I read the book, but I haven't read this version of it, and it's worn just from me looking at the signature because I love Anna Todd so much. And they're making a movie, and if it lets me down, I'm gonna be very upset. Like, I really don't want the movie that they're making to upset me. And then, of course, her other book that's just short imagines, like, bring me back to their childhood and stuff. And then I put that Scatter Kindness sign there because I felt like that went good with After, and it fit the aesthetic. Moving on to the next shelf. Now we're getting into some awkward positioning of me sitting. Okay. So this is my kind of thriller-ish section. So we're going to start off over here again. We have 172 Hours on the Moon. This book, you guys, when I read the description of it, like, I wanted to read it so bad, and so I bought it, and I got it, and it was damaged if you saw it in my book haul. But I still haven't read it yet. There's so many books here that I haven't read, just because I haven't had a lot of time. But yes, the 172 Hours on the Moon. The next one is The Accident Season. I still haven't read this one either, but all the reviews I've heard of it have been outstanding, and I can't wait to read it. You don't even know. I had to decide between this one and the one that I'm reading right now, and it was almost impossible to decide. Like, impossible, because I wanted to read them both so much. And then after that we have the Asylum series. This series is really good, and I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't think there's any more books in it. There might be. I think I heard rumors of one. I'm not sure if they were true. But these books are amazing. Highly recommend to them. If you want to hear a review on them, let me know. They're amazing. Yeah, they're amazing. And next, these. I've read all of these. These are from Natasha Preston. She used to write on Wattpad, and that's how I found her. And she wrote all of these beginning on Wattpad, and then went to become published, just like Anna Todd up there. And these are amazing because they're just so, they keep you into it, and just, I have lots of words. The Forest of Hands and Teeth is the next one. I like the cover art for this one a lot. I feel like it's really cool. I still haven't read it. Don't judge me. I told you there's a lot of books I haven't read. But from what I have heard on BookTube, it's been good. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Next is The Third Twin. Every time I tell somebody about this book, they get so pissy, and they're like, so don't you mean a triplet? No, it's not a triplet. You need to read the story to understand. But essentially, it's about these twin sisters, and there's a murder that one of them committed. There's a video of their murder or something. It's been a long time since I read it. There's a video or something that came out, or a picture of them murdering this person, but the DNA doesn't come back matched to either of them. And then they find out that there's like this triplet that they didn't know about and everything. It's good. I read it in one day while I was sitting at the airport. You should pick this up, and don't hate on the fact that they say the third twin. It's not a triplet, it's the third twin. And then up next is the Hush Hush series. If you haven't read this, what are you doing with your life? I read this a long time ago and then reread it again like 2 or 3 times just because it's a really good series. And I have found that it's better when you're younger, kind of like Twilight, I guess. It's better when you're younger just because once you get older, you can see all the flaws and how annoying the character actually is. But I was obsessed with it when I was younger, and I can't get rid of it for that reason. It was one of the first Fallen Angel books that I've ever read, and I really like Fallen Angel. So you can see that wasn't me. That was one of my friends I lent it out to, and I will never rent a book out to them ever again because it makes me so mad when people mess up my books. And then these are the other 2 books by Becca Fitzpatrick. Honestly, Black Ice I tried to read a few times and I just haven't been able to. If you guys have read it, you should let me know if you like it and I'll try to give it another try, but I haven't been able to get into it. And then Dangerous Lies I haven't read either. And then of course over here we have Gone Girl and Dark Places and Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. If you don't know, Gone Girl was made into a movie. It kind of blew up. I'm gonna pull this up because the lighting kind of sucks. It kind of blew up a couple years back, and so I got the whole set because I read Gone Girl and liked the writing style, so I got the other 2 as well. They are really good too. I could do videos on all of these if you guys want all the ones that I have read. These next 2 I have not read yet. So it's The Girl from the Well, which I just bought because it looks creepy and I was in a creepy mood in that day, and I still haven't read it because I haven't been in a creepy mood since. And this is Behind Closed Doors. This is one that I picked up at Walmart for $8. Wow, don't even take off the price tag, Alyssa. But I picked this up at Walmart. My mom got it for me because I was like, hey, that looks interesting. And then she picked it up for me. I still haven't read it yet because I only got it like a couple days ago. But yeah, those 2 books, and that's it for that shelf. Starting on the next shelf, we're gonna have to start pulling these out because of the lighting in here. So we have the Dexter series. If you don't know about Dexter, I'm shocked at you. It's a series that's on Netflix. That's how I originally found it. It's a series on Netflix, and it's about this guy who is a cop by day, but then by night he kills people who he thinks deserve it. And when I was researching it after I've watched it, because I'm a nerd and was looking it up afterwards, I found out that it was based on a book series and freaked out and bought them all on eBay the next day. And they're good. They're better than the series, I would say. Oh, there's another one I did not see. I knew it was there too, but I knew it was there, but didn't know it was there. So yeah, it goes, oh, I think these are opposite. Oh, I don't have these in order. Up next, we have the Selection series. And I still haven't read this either. It's been another one that's been big. I picked it up because I've heard a lot about it on BookTube, and my friend had it. And she said that it was something I would really like, so I picked it up. I still haven't read it, so I don't have a lot of words for that. And I'm sure it's gonna please me. I've heard that the last 2 aren't very good. So if you've read these books too, let me know in the comments what you feel about them. Next is the Shatter Me series. And honestly, this one I picked up because of the awesome covers. Just like, look at those. And they're really cool, and I've read them. They're pretty good. I'm trying not to say too much about all these just in case I want to do a video later. But yeah, that's the Shatter Me series. This one, okay, I've had this forever and I still haven't read it. It's the Dustland series. This was given to me, and it's probably something I'm not into, so I might just give this away at some point to somebody else. I've kept it just because maybe I'll, like, mature or whatever and want to read them, but I haven't had the want to. The covers don't even really intrigue me all that much. The story didn't. But if you've read this as well, let me know in the comments, and if you really like it, then maybe I'll read it. The next 2 are part of a series. It's Stung and Cured. Oh, lighting. Oh no. Stung and Cured by Bethany Wiggins. I haven't read these yet either, honestly. Most of these down here I haven't read. It's kind of my reject shelf. Like I've read all the Dexter ones, but not these ones. So yeah, that's The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I got this for Christmas one year because I was obsessed with sadness. I wanted to cry all the time. This is a good book if you don't know what it's about. I don't know what to say because I don't know somebody who would not know what it's about. Okay, the next is a classic. So if you don't know what this one's about as well, like what? Pride and Prejudice. We read it in high school, so I bought it. The next two are something that I would not normally get. Nice, it just falls onto my lap. I would not normally get, but I got just for the sake of being different. So, In Cold Blood and Invisible Man. I still haven't read them. It's going to be a theme throughout this video. I told you there's a lot that I haven't read. I still haven't read them, but I'm really interested to because they both sounded pretty interesting. And then the next one, not really something that I can really say anything. It's just the Scholastic World Records. Can't really say anything about that, so we're just going to move on to the next shelf. Moving on to the next shelf. So we have A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. It's another kind of classic that I picked up once when I was reading it for high school. Not really much to say about that because most people already know what it's about. The next is the Program series. This series, oh my gosh, I don't have the last 3 books. I think there's 3 more books in the series. I don't have them, but I would love to. I'm also kind of really mad because they did a cover change in the middle of the series. Well, in the second book of the series, they changed it and then decided to go with different colors, right? Well, now they're releasing them and they're all yellow like this. And so I have these 2 that are different, and then the last 2 or 3 that I'm going to get are going to be yellow, and it's going to bother me so much. But this series is one of the, it's so amazing. I don't even know what to say about it. It's about this, it follows the story of this girl and this guy, and it's in a world where suicide is a national epidemic. And oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm staring at it because I love it so much. It's where suicide is a national epidemic, and they take kids who are showing signs of suicide and basically put them in this program. I'm not going to say that much because I don't want to spoil it. Definitely one that I will recommend, and if you guys would be interested, I will do a book review on that as well. The next is the City of Bones series. I don't have the first book. It makes me upset because I lent it out to a friend and they never gave it back. But yeah, it's that series. There's a lot on YouTube you could find out about this too. I need to get the first book so I can reread it. And then maybe I'll do an updated review. I'm going to be saying that I'll do lots of reviews in this video because I have high expectations for my channel to keep making reviews. But yeah. The next is the Divergent series. A lot of these series I don't have a lot to say about because they're huge and a lot of people already know, and I don't want to already know what they are, and I don't want to just be one of those people who just repeats everything. But yeah, this is the Divergent series. Also a very popular one. It was also made into a movie. And then 4, which is the 4th book. The next book is also by the same author of the Divergent series. I haven't read this one still, honestly. I just bought it because I wanted to read the epilogue of Divergent. Not even gonna lie. But I'll have to read it. Hunger Games. Y'all know what Hunger Games is. Oh shit. The next is Hunger Games. Oh my gosh, focus. Hunger Games. A lot of people also know what this one is. It's, yeah, you know what it is. And I have all 3 of them in the box set. This one also. Next, this is the last one on the shelf, is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This is also one of those really good books. I read this when Anna Todd was reading it, and she did a book club on it, and so I picked it up and read it, and I actually really liked it. Okay, now we're moving on to the second shelf. So in between my two bookshelves, I have this stand. Hi, kitty. I have this stand that just has pillows and stuff that I can't get rid of because important people have given to me. This is my graduation bear that everybody signed, and then things I got from the concert, motivational signs from bands, all that good stuff. And then we move on to the first shelf, which is my Harry Potter shelf. I know there's lots of room for books here, but I just wanted to make it a Harry Potter shelf. When I run out of room later, I can move everything around. But, okay, obviously, most people know what Harry Potter is, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. But I have my letter when I went to the Harry Potter experience. Just set up against there. I have my ticket to platform 9 3/4, which got bent, which I'm really sad about. I have the box set that has the school. I have the Cursed Child. I have 2 wands. There's 2 of them there. And then I have my little bear that's a Hufflepuff. And that's the first shelf. Then moving on to the second shelf. We're going to start over here again. We have Afterworlds by Scott Westerfield. I still haven't read, but I'm super hyped to read. It's basically about this girl. So there's 2 perspectives. There's one that's about this girl who's writing a book and trying to get her book published and everything and going through all that. And the second perspective is of the main character of the book that the girl is writing. And I thought it was really interesting, so I bought it. I'll have to take the sticker off, but I'm scared because I don't want any sticker residue. If you've read this, please leave your comments about it. I'm so excited to read it. Next is Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts. Not going to talk about that one. I got that sent to me after I bought my wedding dress. Oh! After I bought my wedding dress, and just had to have a place to put it. So, next is People Like Us. And I haven't read that one either, so I don't have much to say about that, but it looked interesting. I went on a book buying spree with my friend, and we convinced each other to buy more books than we should have, and I still haven't read them because I haven't been able to catch up. The next 2 are in part of a series that is Zodiac and Wandering Star, both by Romino Russell. I believe there's like 4 other books in this series. After I read these 2, I'll have to buy them, but I'm not going to buy them until I read these and see if I like them. And then the next up is I Remember You. I still haven't read that either. Okay, wait, this one though I need to pull out because this one is named Consent. And I don't know anything about this author at all. I don't know anything about her. I haven't read any of her other work. But this book is so good. So good. I read this in a day, and it was after I had been in a reading slump, and I read this and I could not put it down. It was amazing, and the storyline was amazing. The ending was the only thing that I thought was a little bit lackluster. I would love to read more by her because I loved the writing style, I loved the plot, I loved everything about this book. You guys need to read this book. Like, really need to read this book. The next 2 are also 2 that I have not read. One of Us Is Lying, which I picked up because I thought the plot was interesting and then the cover was also cool. And then 99 Days, I don't know how I got that one. I don't remember buying it. I probably picked it up when I was like, I don't even know what it's about. I haven't even read the description again. I don't know anything about it. The next one is If I Fix You. This one is a really good book. I really liked it. I've seen some people who don't really like it, but I loved it. If you want a book review on that, let me know. Love Letters to the Dead is the next one. I picked this one up because the cover really intrigued me, and of course the title really intrigued me. So I picked that up, still haven't read it. A lot of books on the shelf I haven't read. All in Pieces. I think this was given to me as a gift. I don't remember buying it, so. Up here I have The Cuckoo's Calling. I was gonna put it up there, but it did not mesh well with my Harry Potter. So I just put it, I was gonna put it down here as well, but look how dissatisfying that is. So until I can find a place for it, this is its home. The next one is The Night We Said Yes. Still haven't read that. This one I had to get. When I saw it, I heard about it, and I heard all the good reviews about it, and I heard that it was just one that you can read in a day, and it just, you know, makes you laugh. And I know she has another one, I believe, as well, so I'll have to get that. I'll have to read this one as well, and most likely we'll do a review if it's as good as everybody else is saying. This one I read in a day. It's Everything Everything, and it's really easy to read in a day because there's lots of pictures and stuff. I actually read it on the drive home on the 45-minute drive home, but it's really good. The next, obviously, a lot of you probably know as well, all the books by John Green, except for Turtles All the Way Down. Where is Turtles All the Way Down? Okay, so I just looked everywhere in my house, and I cannot find my copy of Turtles All the Way Down. I will have to find it, but I do own it. I don't know where it went, and I'm kind of upset about it, actually. But yeah, these are all my John Green books. Next shelf, we start with poetry. So it's The Princess Saves Herself in this one. Oh no! And Where the Sidewalk Ends. They're both just books of compilations of poetry. And I really like it. I also have Milk and Honey. That's going to go right here when I get it back. I've loaned it out to a friend, though. Okay, next 3 are all by the same person. I'm sure you've heard of Love, Simon, the movie that came out. This is the book that inspired it. Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. And then the book about Simon's friend in this one, Leah and the Offbeat. And then the upside of I butcher that name every time. And I know how to say it, but every time I film, yeah. The Upside of Unrequited. But yeah, those 3 books are all by the same author. I put these strategically next to Adam Silvera's books, which I still need to buy one of. I just haven't got around to it yet. But yeah, History Is All You Left Me. Haven't read this one. They both die at the end. Read it, loved it, obsessed with it, highly recommend. Amazing. And then in October, I believe, Adam Silvera and Becky, they're leaning against each other, are going to release a book together that they wrote together. And I'm really interested to see how that is because they both have very different writing styles. So I'm leaving a place right there on my bookshelf because I know I'm going to buy it and I'm probably going to love it. And then next is Eliza and Her Monsters. Still haven't read this one. Really interested too. It's about a fangirl writing a fan fiction, I believe. This book is Gay by James Dawson. Okay, I'm not going to say anything about that. It's gay. I'll Give You the Sun. This is a really, really, really good book. Honestly, I picked it up because of the quote on the front. I didn't even know the name of it when I didn't even look at the side. I just saw the name and I bought it. And if you can't tell, these are all my LGBTQ plus books right here. Then we have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This book was given to me as a graduation present and is amazing. I love it. You need to read it if you haven't read it yet. Yes, I will do a review on that later, possibly. We all looked up. I've had this book shamefully for like ever, and I just haven't read it yet because I haven't found a time where I'm just in the mood, you know? The Beginning of Everything. I'm not going to say much about that one. Need. I haven't read that either. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. They made a movie about this as well. So I picked up the book so I could read it before I watched the movie. Honestly, I did not like it that much. Just in my opinion, I didn't like it. But maybe I'll reread it because maybe I was just trying to read it too fast so I could go see the movie. Every Last Word, I like the cover on this one, which is why I got it, and it's all lifted and it feels like actual paper taped to it, so that's why I bought it. Still haven't read it. I need to stop buying books. I have a problem. Okay, all of these are my like books to write in. So 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, Write the Story, Word Search, Complete the Story, my favorite things. All of those are ones that I'll write in. You know, word searches and finishing writing stories and stuff. And then if you're wondering what this orange sticky note is, I'm so anal about how I want it organized that I wrote a note on where all the books are going to go when I get the ones that I've lent out back, and when I get this one here. So this is also a really good book. I read this in a couple days. It's another one that I read after a reading slump, and I really liked it. I really related to the main character of it. I want to get this one, Cracked. I just haven't yet, but really liked it. Night Film is the next one. I got this recently. It was in my reading, or my book haul that I did last month. I still haven't read it. The next 3 are all by the same person. They are in a series. Ice Kissed, Frostfire, and Crystal Kingdom. I haven't read these yet. These were given to me as a gift as well, and I'm not sure if they're going to be something I'm into. I've heard some pretty mixed things on them. The next is 13 Reasons Why. This is actually my mom's book. It's just on my shelf because this is the only space we have for books. But yeah, lots of people know about it. The TV series is problematic. Not really gonna get into a discussion about that. Oh my gosh. The next is Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls. I bought this because of the cover. And honestly, I was in a really bad mood, and so I thought Suicide Notes would make me feel better, and I read half of the book and then just kind of stopped. This one is actually one that I read in high school, so I got it for that reason, but actually really liked it, and liked the movie and everything, so I have that. Beautiful Disaster is next. There's other ones in this series. I read this when I was younger, couldn't really get into it, so maybe I'll have to try to read it again. The next 3 are all by Gail Forman. If I Stay Where She Went and I Was Here. This was a movie. I think they made this one into a movie as well, but I really liked the movie. Yes, I did watch the movie before I read the book, so I picked up the book, and it matched up to my expectations. And the next ones are all the Maze Runner series. I'm sure you've heard about these 2. I don't have a lot to say about them. It's been a long time since I've read them, but it really does bother me that this one is in hardback and all the other ones are in paperback. I like the style of writing that he did, so next I bought his next series, all 3 of them. If I would say that I liked these more than the Maze Runner series. This is also one that I read in one day, and it's also one that was in a movie, and it's Wonder. It's really nice when you want to get something different, because it's from this perspective of somebody who's 12 years old, so it's really nice to be something different, to be reading him a 12-year-old's perspective instead of somebody, you know, who knows the world, someone who's just kind of confused about things, you know. Some Dreams of Being Human. I still haven't read that. I don't know what to say about the ones I haven't read. The Frozen Trail. I don't even know what this one is. I think I got this at like a temple or something. Bridge to Terabithia. Oh my gosh, guys, best movie. Not the best movie, but good movie, good book. Love it. Haven't got rid of it since I was like 10. The Notebook, obviously, by Nicholas Sparks. Everybody knows about that, right? We don't have to talk about that, right? Barcode Rebellion, still haven't read it. Got it for 50 cents at a garage sale. And then we're on to the last shelf. So let's reposition it. Okay, this is kind of my shelf of books that I probably won't ever read again. So I have, maybe if it's gonna, Twilight, the Twilight series. Everybody knows about that, right? And then I have The Host by Stephenie Meyer as well. Oh, that's not The Host. That's the, I don't even know, the 10th anniversary edition. I think it has some more stuff. I still haven't read it, honestly. The Host, and then this one's just down here because it's too big to fit on my other shelves, but this is Death in the Grand Canyon. I got this when I was at the Grand Canyon, and it's stories of people who have died in the Grand Canyon, and it's actually really interesting. And then It by Stephen King, because yeah, it's a big book, and I probably will never read any of these again except for this one. But yeah, that's my second bookshelf. And then I have two bookshelves over here that I don't have any books in that I'm going to be filling up, honestly. I just put some cute stuff over here. I'll go through this real quick. So I have my parachute mug, has matches in it, and then it has guitar picks in there. I have my little cat and my little dog. I have my Hamilton calendar and my light that my mother-in-law got for me, my going-to-be mother-in-law. I have this cute box here. If you want the story on this, I might make a story time about it, and it's how I got engaged, it's how he proposed to me. So there's a box in there. I have some wedding things. So it has my promise ring in there with the ring sizers, and then this I do package from Taco Bell. I have lots of bracelets and my little pride pin, and then the rest of these are empty. And then down here, this is just a mess. We don't talk about this. And some cute things on here as well. I have signs, I have posters, I have my Death of a Bachelor thing. I have my Polaroid camera, this mess that we don't talk about. I have a monkey that I got for Valentine's Day this year from a friend, as long as my poop emoji pillow. And then I have a giant sloth and a toothless, and a picture that changes from the different perspectives you look at it. So yes, that is my bookshelf tour. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's specific books you want me to review or go more in depth about. Yeah, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm gonna read you this outro. Alright. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, leave me a comment and subscribe. Click that notification if you want to watch my other videos. And if there are specific books that you want me to review, then leave that down in the comments below, as well as your opinions, because I'd love to hear your opinions on books, on the books that I've talked about in here. Okay. See ya later.